All right, everyone, welcome in. Today we're going deep on rugged phones. You know, those phones can handle basically anything.
Yeah, it's interesting. You think about it, for years, phones have been getting thinner and more fragile, kind of like pieces of art almost.
Right. But we take these fragile things everywhere with us. My own phone history is, well, it's a testament to that, to be honest. Remember that time I dropped my phone in a bowl of chili?
The chili incident. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Oh, it was tragic. Hilarious now, looking back, but definitely tragic at the time. I mean, who drops their phone in chili? It was like slow motion, watching it sink into all that red. That was it for me. I knew I needed a change.
So you finally made the switch to a rugged phone.
Yep, finally gave in and got a phone that could actually keep up with my life. It's been great, I've got to say. But enough about me. Let's talk about why these phones are becoming so popular, why everyone seems to be making the switch.
I think people are starting to realize that, our lifestyles and these delicate devices, they don't really mix. We're constantly in a go, and our phones are exposed to more than they were ever designed to handle.
That's so true. And we've all got those phone horror stories. The toilet drop, the washing machine mishap, you name it.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, the Tech Troubles and Triumphs article we have here is full of them. Someone mentioned dropping their phone in marinara sauce. Another person talked about their phone taking a swim in the washing machine.
Oh, and my favorite. Someone accidentally running over their phone with a lawnmower, though mine was more of a near miss with the lawnmower, to be fair.
Of course, of course. But all these stories just show why rugged phones are becoming so appealing. They give you peace of mind, which you just don't get with a normal smartphone.
Totally. They're built for real life, not just sitting on a desk.
Okay, so let's break down what makes these phones so rugged. What are the key things that set them apart? It all boils down to durability. We're talking serious construction, thick glass, metal frames, reinforced casing. These phones are built to take a beating.
No more delicate glass phones, huh? These are like the warrior versions of phones.
Exactly. And then you've got water resistance. A lot of rugged phones are IP68 rated or higher, which means they can be submerged in water.
So no more tears over accidental drops in the pool or other watery situations.
Exactly. And we can't forget about shock absorption. Rugged phones are designed with special materials to cushion impacts from drops.
So you mean I could actually drop my phone and not completely freak out? This is a game changer?
Well, I wouldn't make a habit of it, but yeah, they can handle the occasional fumble.
Okay, I'm sold on the durability front. But let's talk brands. Where do you even start? There's so many rugged phones out there these days.
If you're in the US, you've probably heard of CAT. They're a big name in rugged phones, known for making really tough devices, but there are a ton of other options out there too.
Yeah, give us the rundown. What brands should we be looking at?
Well, you've got Ucatel, Blackview, Doogee, Unihertz.
Wait, Unihertz, that name rings a bell. Don't they make those tiny rugged phones?
Yes, you're thinking of the Unihertz Atom and Jelly phones. Super small, but still rugged.
Oh, right. I remember seeing those online. They're like the miniature phones you see in spy movies. Talk about a conversation starter.
For sure. And then there's Fossabot, a newer company that's been getting attention for their really innovative and affordable rugged phones.
Fossabot. I'm always interested in the newer companies coming in with fresh ideas. What makes them stand out?
They're really focused on user experience and the latest technology, but still keeping their phones affordable.
So it's like innovation meets affordability. I like it.
Right. And speaking of companies pushing the boundaries with their designs, there's one brand that deserves a closer look.
Okay, you've got me curious. Who are we talking about?
AGM Mobile. They're really all about making phones that can survive some seriously extreme conditions.
AGM Mobile. I've seen that name popping up more and more lately. What's their story?
They've been around for a while, and they're known for making phones that meet military standards for toughness.
Wait, military grade. Like they could survive being dropped from a helicopter?
Maybe not from a helicopter, but they can handle drops, shocks, extreme temperatures, and more.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. What else sets them apart?
They were one of the first companies to focus on making well-designed, rugged phones that were easy to get. They don't sacrifice style for durability.
Style and substance. I like it. Tell me more about these phones.
They have this model, the AGM H5, that really shows their focus on durability and functionality.
The AGM H5. What's so special about this one?
For one, it has a scratch-resistant display, which is perfect if you tend to be a bit rough on your phones.
Yeah, pretty guilty to that. What else?
It has a decent camera, and the battery life is amazing.
No more low battery anxiety. I'm listening.
And it has a unique feature, a super loudspeaker.
A super loudspeaker. What's that for? Scaring away bears in the woods.
You could use it for that, but it's actually designed for use as a work phone. Construction sites, noisy environments, Anywhere you need to be able to hear your phone.
Ah, makes sense. It's like they thought of everything. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about the rise of rugged phones, why they're becoming so popular, and we even dove into a specific brand, AGM Mobile.
And we had a few laughs along the way, remembering some of our own phone mishaps.
Hey, we're walking cautionary tales, but seriously, this has been a fascinating look at rugged phones so far, and honestly, I think we've only just scratched the surface.
Absolutely, there's a lot more to talk about, but before we move on, I want to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Why are rugged phones more than just a trend? Why are they becoming a necessity for so many people?
Okay, I'm all ears. Let's get into that in the next part of our deep dive.
Welcome back to our deep dive into rugged phones.
You know, listening to all these stories about people destroying their phones, it makes you wonder, what is it about our lives these days that makes these super durable phones so appealing?
It's a good question. I think there are a few things going on here. That why rugged phones and tablets are the way forward article we have. It talks about how fragile our devices are.
Yeah, it's like we're always so scared of dropping them, like they're made of glass or something.
Well, they are, but the point is, for a lot of people, that kind of caution, it's just not practical. I mean, think about it. We're always on the go.
Right, always running around juggling work and life and everything else.
Exactly. And sometimes our phones end up in some pretty crazy situations.
No kidding.
Whether it's a construction site, a hiking trail, just everyday life, our phones go through a lot. More than they were really designed for, probably.
I know I've definitely dropped my phone a few times trying to take a selfie.
Or fumbled it running for the bus, right? Life's fast-paced. Our phones need to be able to keep up.
And that's where these rugged phones come in. They can handle it.
They really can. It's like they bridge this gap between our need for technology and, well, the reality of our lives.
It's like phones have evolved from those fragile glass things to these, like, almost indestructible companions.
I like that. And it's not just about being tough either. Rugged phones have features you don't always get on a normal smartphone.
Okay, now I'm really interested. Tell me more. What kind of cool stuff are we talking about?
Well, aside from the whole drop-proof, waterproof thing, they often have features that are perfect for certain lifestyles.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Some have these super bright flashlights, great for camping or if the power goes out.
Oh, that's smart. What else?
Others have insane battery life, like days on a single charge.
Days. Sign me up. That would solve so many problems. Anything else?
Some even have things like thermal imaging.
Thermal imaging. What? That's seriously cool.
It is. It's like having a superpower right in your pocket.
Totally.
And those are just a few examples. Rugged phones, they're constantly changing and getting even better.
It's amazing how technology is adapting to our needs now.
I think so too. It's pretty inspiring, actually. Okay, so we've talked about why they're awesome, but let's be practical for a second. Are these phones just for like extreme adventurers, or can anyone use them?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Do I need to be climbing Mount Everest to justify having one of these?
Not at all. I'd argue that the average person might actually benefit even more from a rugged phone.
Really? Why is that?
I mean, think about it. We've all dropped our phones at some point. We've all gotten caught in the rain. We've all, maybe sat on our phone accidentally.
Okay, maybe not all of us, but I get what you're saying.
Life happens and accidents happen. A rugged phone just gives you that extra peace of mind. It's not the end of the world if you drop it.
Like insurance for your phone. No matter what happens, you're covered.
Exactly. And don't forget about the money you save in the long run. All those cracked screens, replacement phones.
Oof, don't even remind me. I think my wallet is still recovering from my last phone mishap.
With a rugged phone, you don't have to worry about those costs. It's built to last.
So you're saying it's not just a phone, it's a smart financial move.
In a way, yeah. It's choosing a device that can actually handle your life, and that saves you money down the line.
I like the way you think. Okay, I'm sold. Rugged phones, all the way. But with so many options, how do you even choose the right one?
That's a great question, and one we'll dive into right after the break.
Stay tuned, everyone. We're about to break down the world of rugged phones and help you find the perfect, indestructible phone for you. Welcome back, everyone. We're in the home stretch now of our rugged phone journey.
We've talked about why rugged phones are becoming so essential.
Yeah, but like we were saying before, there are a ton of options out there. How do you choose the right rugged phone for you?
That Conquer, Adapt, Thrive article, it has some really good advice on that. The first thing, and this is important, got to think about your needs. What do you actually need the phone to do? Are you, let's say, a construction worker and drop protection is your top priority?
Or maybe you're a hiker and you need a battery that can last for days.
Exactly. Think about where you'll be using the phone and how.
Because not everyone needs a phone that can, survive a volcano. Though I have to admit, that would be pretty cool.
A volcano-proof phone. There's a market for that, I'm sure. But you're right, one size doesn't fit all with these phones.
So needs first. What's next on the checklist?
Budget, my friends. Rugged phones, they can range in price from pretty affordable to, well, let's just say pricey. Figure out what you're comfortable spending before you fall in love with all the fancy features.
Oh, for sure. It's easy to get carried away, but no one wants buyer's remorse.
No, definitely not. Okay, so needs, then budget. Once you got those figured out, then you can start looking at specific brands and models.
Perfect. We've talked about some of the big ones already. Cat, AGM Mobile, Unihertz. But what are some other brands people should check out?
The Conquer, Adapt, Thrive article actually mentions a few other that are making a name for themselves, especially in the budget-friendly category. There's Oukatel, for example. They pack a lot of features into their phones without the high price tag.
Budget-friendly and feature-packed. That's a winning combination. Tell me more.
They have a bunch of different models, but they often focus on battery life. We're talking days, not hours, on a single charge.
That's tempting, especially for someone like me who's always on the go.
Right. Then there's Blackview. They're another good option if you want something affordable but still reliable.
So, like the Goldilocks of rugged phones. Not too expensive, not too basic, just right.
I like that analogy. Now, if you are looking for something with a bit more power, Doogee is a brand to keep an eye on. They tend to focus on more high-end specs.
Ooh, specs. What kind of specs are we talking about?
Think powerful processors, more RAM, higher resolution cameras, the kind of stuff that lets you do more than just check email and browse the web.
So while other rugged phones are all about toughness, Doogee is going for both toughness and performance.
Exactly. They're realizing that some people, even if they want a rugged phone, they don't want to sacrifice performance.
Makes sense. All right, I'm feeling pretty educated on rugged phones. Now, any final words of wisdom for our listeners before we wrap things up?
Yes, actually, don't just take our word for it. Read reviews, compare specs, watch some videos with so much information out there.
That's such an important point. Do your research. And remember, choosing a new phone should be fun.
Exactly. It's about finding a phone that fits your life, not just one with the most features.
Well said. Well, folks, that's a wrap on our deep dive into the world of rugged phones.
We hope you've learned something new, had a few laughs, and maybe you're even thinking about making the switch to a rugged phone yourself.
Remember, your phone shouldn't hold you back. It should let you explore, create, connect, all without worry.
So go out there, embrace the bumps and fumbles that life throws your way, and find the rugged phone that lets you conquer your world.
And until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay clumsy, my friends.